Anybody out there this morning? Good morning. This is gonna be really quick because I am spent from this week. This has been a tough week, you guys, to have a lone show. Not that Rob hasn't been great, but this has been the kind of week that I've really needed Daisy to be here. and I feel so bad for her because she feels so bad. So she's been like, I'm so sorry I'm not there this week because this is just a big week of stuff to talk about, right? And I keep telling her, you can't feel bad for taking vacation, one. And secondly, you had no idea that this week was going to be this crazy when you decided to take this week off. So obviously I don't want her to feel even the slightest bit of guilt about it. But saying that, it has been really hard. So that's why I'm not going to spend a lot of time with you guys today. I'm sorry. But I have been writing a lot. You may have noticed that at chicksontheright.com because I've had so much to say that I have needed like paper and pen or a keyboard to be able to get out in the way that I want to get it out. And I just wrote another article at chicksontheright.com. I hope you guys go read it because it's about this story that I just came across on the CEO of LinkedIn. And did you guys see this yet? Because they had like a town hall at LinkedIn, the company. They had a town hall where it was supposed to be about diversity and inclusion, and it was supposed to be in light of all of the stuff that's been happening this past week. And they had this way for employees to anonymously post their questions and their comments as the town hall was happening, and a lot of people were doing that. And so people were asking questions, and you'll read them. If you go and look at this post, you'll see the questions that people asked, which when I read them, I see people legitimately not understanding, seeking to understand, asking questions that are legitimate, but they were branded as racist immediately because they were asking, wait, why are we trying to like purposefully hire more Black people into C-suite positions? Shouldn't we be focused on merit? Which I think is a legitimate question to debate about, right? And so the CEO ended up having to apologize, like make this big giant apology to a bunch of employees who were deeply offended by these racist questions. And now we're getting to a point, you guys, where so much is racist that we can't have honest conversations anymore. When we've got girls that are trying to clean graffiti off of a federal building that says Black Lives Matter, and somebody is calling them racist because they're wiping clean those words off of a building, then we're to a place where we can't be honest anymore. We can't just do the right thing. And so I'm feeling like an enormous amount of frustration and just like rage and sadness about all of that this week. So I wrote about that this morning. I would really love for you to read that at chicksontheright.com because it's been just an incredibly emotional week, and I know you guys are all feeling it. It's not just me. I mean, maybe it's different being, having to talk about it like as your job. Maybe that is more intense. I don't know. But I know everybody is frustrated, and you guys are all seeing the same things that I'm seeing. And then you get into a whole other facet of this conversation, which is there were hundreds and maybe thousands of people gathered together for George Floyd's funeral. And I know people who have lost family members in just the last month who can't plan funerals for them because of these COVID restrictions. That's super frustrating. It's super frustrating to see New York City healthcare workers in their supposedly, hard to come by PPE applauding protesters as they walk by in droves. So either we care about this virus or we don't. But now you've got a whole big bunch of people who are out of work, out of business, who aren't allowed to mourn their own loved ones, watching what's happening and actually listening to leadership say things like protesting about your interests, in other words, business owners who are not allowed to open, if you want to protest about that, that's not okay. If you want to protest about George Floyd or Black Lives Matter or whatever that has morphed into, that is okay. So we're now being told by people in government that some of us don't get First Amendment rights. And that's a pretty scary thing, you know? So there's just a lot. It's been a really painful week in many ways for many, many people for different reasons. And so I have actually gone on even longer than I thought I would this morning. You guys, I can't do this alone. I need Daisy to bounce these thoughts off of. And it's just been a really tough week. I know you get that. And so listen, I'm seeing some of the comments right now. I'm not going to apologize for being white. You shouldn't. Nobody's asking you to. In fact, I wrote about that earlier in this week too. I wrote a whole post about, the headline was, I am white and I'm not going to feel guilty about that. And here are the reasons why. I've included thoughts and comments that one of my best friends, Marcus, has made. He's a Black man who has a very different outlook on this than a lot of other people do. So if you haven't read those comments, you should. Anyway, I don't mean to go on and on about this, but this is what's going on, right? And so it is the entire focus of the world right now, not just our country, but the entire world is about this very thing. And I'm trying to listen to as many different voices about it as I can. But I'm also in so there's a part of me that is feeling softer about certain things. And then there's the part of me that's like in a full-blown rage about the destruction, for example, and the senseless loss of life. By the way, more Black people have died in the protests than have been murdered by cops. Okay, so this year. So this is crazy. And everybody needs to just take a deep breath and not do what the CEO of LinkedIn just did, which is to immediately shut down conversation. I hear a lot of Black people right now saying that we need to have difficult conversations, and I agree. So let's not stifle the people that are trying to have them, because they're asking questions that are not racist. They just need to be explored. And again, if you don't have the context for this, go to the website, chicksontheright.com, read that post right now. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, you guys, I've missed you. I really wanted this to be like a Q&A thing, you know, like a normal Friday where we're just hanging out and laughing and having a lot of fun. But I'm just tired. I need a weekend, and then I need to have my best friend back with me so that we can talk to you guys about these things together. And that's going to happen on Monday. So I'm really, really looking forward to her return. And we will be back at you on Monday morning. Thank you for being patient with me not doing this this week. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys, and I will talk to you on Monday. Oh, hugs to everybody. Need big hugs right now, right? Bye.